Hello kids! I welcome you all in art class. Hope you all are so excited to see what's going on today. I am going to teach you about types of lines. Art class. Hope you all are so excited to see what's going on today. I am going to teach you about types of So basically we are going to study about what is line. Hope you are going to cover this topic in today's live session. We are going to learn basics about lines. A line is art defined as a moving point in place, and it's one of the 7 elements of art. Line, shapes, color, pattern, form, texture, value and space. How we can say that it is a moving point in a space? To create a line, first of all, we create a dot and then we move this dot into any direction. Suppose we are moving our dot in a diagonal direction, then we are going to call it a diagonal line. If we are moving our dot in a space from top to bottom, we are going to call it a vertical line. Line is the most crucial element as everything begins with line and with a simple dot. And that dot, that line creates some shape. Suppose I am going to start making these 3 lines in a space. Then what I am going to form? I am going to form a basic shape triangle. So this is the most crucial elements because everything is going to be consist on lines and is going to be made up of lines. Each and everything, space and other things, all are part of lines. Now we are going to study about types of lines in art, its meanings and examples. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to study about 5 basic types of lines. What are those? Okay, first one is vertical. Second is horizontal lines. Third is diagonal. Fourth is zigzag lines. And fifth is curved lines. Okay, so kids, you got to know that these are 5 basic types of lines: vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, zigzag and curved lines. The other types of lines are simply variations of these 5 main types of lines. Okay, so we are going to further study about these types of lines and their meanings. So we are going to first study about vertical lines. Vertical lines are straight up and down lines that are moving in space without any slant or any perpendicular to horizon lines. They just straight and straight because they extend towards the sky and seem unshakable. So what are we going to do? We are going to draw some vertical lines. Okay. If we keep drawing, if we create a pattern of lines and we keep repeating them, so it will look like a pattern also. So we can create a pattern using the straight or vertical lines. So whenever you are going to use such lines in your design, you are going to use, like, keep in mind that the first initial line in your design could be vertical line, and there is a lot which is made up of vertical line, like our houses, tables, chairs. A lot is made up of vertical and straight lines. So whatever is like from top to bottom, you are able to see is made up of vertical lines. Now we will move towards horizontal lines. I am keeping my lesson very simple and easy so that everyone can understand easily. So horizontal lines are straight lines parallel to the horizon line that move from left to right. So from left to right, we are going to make the horizontal line. We can make it thicker also. If we want to make any line thicker, what we can do? We can just make it double and we can fill the color or the marker inside these lines. And we can make it more thinner. If we want to make thin and thick lines, we can use pencils and point tip pens or markers. Why I am using this board marker? So that it can be visible in the camera and you can focus on these lines easily. After horizontal line, we'll move towards diagonal lines. Diagonal lines are straight lines that slant in any direction except horizontal or vertical. Okay, so it can be like in this direction, it can be in direction. Okay, it can be in this direction, but it can't be vertical or horizontal. Okay, so just remember that diagonal lines are straight lines that slant in any direction. Okay, except horizontal or vertical. When in use, they suggest movement or lack of stability. Okay, whenever we are going to use these diagonal lines in any design, it is going to represent that there is a lack of stability. It can also be like thick and thin. So if you want to make thinner horizontal or vertical or diagonal lines, you just remember that you can make it double and you can fill any color with pencil or sketch pens or with marker. I am using port marker over here so that it can be visible to you. I'll just use another color so that it can be like more interesting. So the same pattern can be done using different colors also. Okay, so when we add color to any paper, the effect of the drawing or a painting is going to look totally different. So even if you are doing some simple work, you can like keep adding the colors to your work so that your work is going to look more interesting. The same vertical lines I am drawing with this red color marker. You can use a scale or a ruler to make these lines so that you can make it more perfectly. Okay, now we are going to move towards zigzag lines. Okay, I hope you are going to learn these basic techniques to form these lines and you are going to enjoy this lesson. And I'm just going to repeat that this is the first element of art as well, and everything is made up of line. So what are we going to do? We are going to start learning about zigzag lines. Okay, so zigzag lines are a series of diagonal lines that join at ends. They can convey location, they can convey action and excitement as well as restlessness and anxiety. So how we are going to form the zigzag lines? Like I told you that these can be a series of diagonal lines in a joint form. You can see that I draw this diagonal line and I am drawing, it can be straight like this, it can be in a circular form, it can be in any direction. Or it can be like in repetition. If we are going to like draw in same direction, in same place, in same movement, so we are going to call that thing the repetition of the lines or repetition of the pattern. Now we are moving towards the fifth line, which is curved line. Okay, so what are curved lines? Anybody knows? If anybody knows about curved lines, would you like to tell me? Thank you, Kiran. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Razi. Thank you so much for attending this live session. Thank you all, those who are joining me, those who are watching. So we are moving towards curved lines. Curved lines are the lines that bend and change direction gradually. Okay, they can be simply wavy or spiral. Such lines convey the feelings of comfort and ease as well as sensual quality as they remind us of the human body. Okay, so these curved lines will change the marker color. As we are talking about curved lines, and these are like we can call it like they are having some sensual feelings and they remind us of human body, especially that curved lines are having like feminine touch. So I'm using this pink color to show the curved lines, to draw my curved lines. So it can be in a wavy position, it can be like close to each other, it can be far from each other, it can be in any direction. It can be like 1/4 circle, semicircle. It can be in any direction. So what we are going to do after exploring all these lines, okay, so those who join me now, I would like to again tell you that what we are studying in this lesson. We are studying what is line. Okay, so we are learning about basics of lines and we study about vertical, horizontal, diagonal, zigzag and curved lines. Okay, so these are the vertical lines we study, and after doing any work, after doing any art assignment or any writing work, English work or any maths assignment, what we can do, we can always improve the presentation of our work. Okay, so in this lesson you are not only going to learn about lines, you are going to learn how you can like decorate your work as well. Like first I wrote vertical lines only with black marker just to make you understand. Now I'm telling you that how you can make it like little bit more 3D and more beautiful. So first I use this green marker, then I'm using one more color marker to highlight this. So as much effort as you are going to put to decorate your work, to design your work is going to look beautiful and it is going to reflect your hard work in it. Okay, so this was first basic line, vertical line, and the second is horizontal lines. The third important line is diagonal line. And fourth is zigzag. So you can improve your captions with using 2 colors and using 3 colors as well. So whenever you do any artwork, any work for your homework, always try to decorate your captions. Thank you, Yashma, for joining me. So happy to see you here, my dear. Now, what are we going to do after learning about the basics of... Thank you, technical sir. Thank you for joining me. After learning 5 basics types of lines, what are we going to do? We are going to learn that how we can get the variations of lines in art. Okay. The 5 main types of lines are the beginning of all sorts of amazing and unique lines. To get more lines variations, refer to tools such as length, width, weight, texture, style, direction, the degree of curve, or all of the above combined. Okay. So the length in lines can be... How we can get the variation in lines? With length. Okay, so there can be variation in the length of the lines. It can be tall, strong, far or short, small, cute, close. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to study about variations in lines. Okay, so we are studying about variations in lines. So this was about length, and then we are going to move towards about width. Width in line goes from thin, delicate, slim, lightweight or thick. Okay, so it can be thin, it can be thick. There can be a variation as much as you want as per your design. Okay, so these can be the variation. Whenever we work in MS Word, we see the variation in line when we are supposed to edit, or we use some shapes and we want to thicken our lines, that there also we see this width, and we can create manually as well. And then weight. Okay, weight in lines means the continuous change of width by varying the weight. One can capture energy, movement, and even suggest when one object is in front of the other. Okay, so this weight can be shown can also be shown through using the lines. everything which is occupying some space is going to have their own weight. And then the fourth one comes in variation, texture. Textures in lines defines how smooth or rough it is. Varying, it can simply mean changing your working medium. For example, going from market or to charcoal, or changing your digital brush. Okay, like you can use to create your texture sometimes charcoal as well. So to create this texture, I am using charcoal stick. When you are using charcoal, you can see the texture of the paper as well, because it is not going to fill completely. So you are going to have the texture. So simply you can create the texture, and it can be in any direction. It can be vertical, it can be horizontal, it can be wavy, it can be zigzag. And the style. What is the style in line?
Little piece of slime.
Thank you, Noor Bhai. Thanks to join me. Thank you, technical sir. Thank you so much. So now we are moving to our next topic, next thing in variation in lines, which is styles of lines. So what are the styles of lines? Styles of lines refers to continuous, dotted, dashed or implied lines. Continuous or implied lines are great for leading the eye of the viewer in the direction you want them to go. Dashed or dotted lines are great for patterns, energy and calling for attention. Okay, I am going to use this red color marker as we are talking about the styles. Going to create this dotted lines. This is going to be called a dashed line. Dotted line is going to be completely done with dots, and then a complete straight line. And same, these lines, these dotted lines, dashed lines can be vertical, can be diagonal. These dots can be also having variation in the sizes. Even these dots designs, dot lines can be like in different designs, in different patterns. And if we combine all of these variations into one, we get a unique looking line that serves as a purpose and going to create a nice design. Types of lines in art defined by their use. Another way to combine different types of lines into a design by the way they used in an artwork. The types of lines are contour lines. Okay, sometime what we do, we just normally close our eyes and we can take any pencil or any like charcoal sticks, and when we can like try to make a human figure or any drawing or any particular thing, so that is going to be called a contour drawing. But what do we do in contour drawing? Like, we don't take out our pencil or a charcoal stick from our paper, we just continue making the lines and we continue like moving our hand from one place to another place. And same we can do to make contour like a drawing. We can just simply start making some random lines, and our pencil, our charcoal stick or a marker is just going to touch the like surface of a paper, and we are just going to keep rotating, keep moving our hand, and then we are going to like, there should be only two points in the contour line, one is starting and one is ending, so that also going to create a nice effects in the drawing. And the continuous lines is when drawing is done at one go without ever lifting it from the page. Okay, so whenever you are making contour line or continuous line, you are just going to complete the drawing, full drawing on your paper without moving your hand. So what we are going to do after learning these basic lines, there is a lot to study about lines because it is a vast topic, okay, and in one lesson it is really hard to like complete all its aspects, but I am going to like try as much as I can. So how we started from the topic what is line, then we study about vertical lines, horizontal lines, zigzag lines, curved lines. These were the 5 basic types of lines, and then we study about the variations in lines. So what is variation in lines? Like, we can see the length, short, long, tall, and width, height, textures, styles. So these are the variations and types of lines, 5 basic types of lines. And what we are going to do, we are going to make a pattern using lines. Okay, so before making a pattern, what we are going to do, like, I would like to create a pattern of symmetrical lines. So in this line, in this design, what I am going to do, I am going to create a repeated pattern of lines. Like, you can see that I created 3 lines and I am going to leave the same distance over here. For creating this same distance, what you can do, you can like measure with the scale and then you can draw. So this is the repeated pattern of lines, vertical lines. You can take a large ruler as well, but most of the time kids are having a small rulers with them. That's why I am teaching you the technique that even if you are having this small ruler, how can you form the big lines using it. Okay. So what are we going to do? We are going to decide two colors, any two colors for this design. So I am selecting yellow and orange. Whenever you are going to make a repeated pattern, you are always going to remember that you have to select the same color, because we are going to repeat the colors as well. So these all lines are going to be you can use poster paints as well to color it, or any other painting medium. I'm using these markers because I want to do it quickly so that I can show you the effect of this repeated pattern using the lines. So now what I am going to do, I am going to use this orange color in the other lines. So hope you all are liking this design made up of lines, easy and interesting. And when as we are making it, if we are making it on a A4 paper or A3 paper, we can just simply mount it with black chart sheet. We can cut the frame, and if we are making it on canvas, then we can simply make these lines till here. Hi Parishi, how are you dear? Missing you dear Parishi. So whatever we are making inside the paper, inside the canvas, we can always make the same pattern to give it a complete look.
Piece of slime is there.
Alhamdulillah Parisha, I am good and just waiting to meet you soon in the school so that we can be like again together. Hope you all are keeping like social distancing, taking care of yourself and ready to come to school. Missing you all a lot. So when we create any pattern on the edges, then our painting is like complete for the display. And as we learn in this, and if we are going to like hold our canvas like this, then it will look like a horizontal line, and if we are keeping like this, it will look like vertical line. It's up to you like how you want to hang it. And then we can add some so like you can keep it like this as well, and you can like add some patterns to make it more interesting, like we study about different curved lines, square lines, so we can add those shapes and patterns also to make it more interesting. And we can add some red color into our patterns. So those who wants to learn in detail about types of lines, variations, meanings, so can watch this video from start when it is going to upload it. Hopefully it will upload right after the stream is going to end. And you can always leave your comments and in the below comment section, or you can leave an email for me at my email ID. I will leave my email ID in the description below when it is going to be uploaded. So simply I told you that how you can make a repeated pattern using simple basic lines. And I hope you enjoyed this lesson. You learned something different and you will try to make something like this, and you will share your work with me at my email ID. We'll show you again. These are the permanent board markers which I used today for this work. You can use any sketch pen, any colors, any markers, and hoping to receive your artwork at my email ID simahugdxb1@gmail.com, simahugdxb2020@gmail.com, and I will leave my email ID in the description as well, so that you can email me your work. And if you want to learn something special, something different, kindly leave your feedback, leave your messages down in comment section and send me email so that I can teach you what you exactly want to learn. So these are the 5 basic types of lines we covered in today's lesson. Don't forget to highlight or decorate your captions, especially to look it's different and beautiful. Art is all about beautify your work, beautify your writings. So whatever you are studying, like these lines, pattern designs and all, this is related to maths as well, because this is all about proportions, measurements. So whatever you are learning in art, you are going to focus, you are going to follow all those things in your lessons as well. So these are the things you were able to study in today's lesson. Thank you, Noor Bhai. Thank you so much. Now I would like to check the messages. I'm so happy to see you here, Noor Bhai. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Razi. Thank you, everyone. Those who joined me, those who were with me in this session. I hope to see you all again, and I hope I can fulfill your requirements. You all always attend my live sessions, and you always try to support my sessions. You always try to be with me, and I want your time to be more useful. Thank you all. Thank you so much. See you next time. We'll come again with another lesson.